Hey, English learners. Welcome back to another episode of Fluent English with Podcast. I'm Sophie.
And I'm Alan. Today we've got a smorgasbord of words to boost your English vocabulary.
That's right, Alan. Get ready to dive into some scrumptious words. Here's what's on the menu for today. Delicious. Important. Gorgeous. Interesting. Gleeful. Shocked. Stunning.
Those words are like a feast for the mind. Let's kick things off with delicious. Now, when something is delicious, it's like a party in your mouth. It tastes really, really good.
Absolutely. Just think about your favorite food, that mouth-watering slice of pizza or that decadent chocolate cake. That's deliciousness right there.
Oh yeah, and hey, if you're new to this word, some other words you can use instead of delicious are tasty, yummy, or even delectable.
You got it, Alan. And let's dish out some easy examples for our listeners. Imagine you're at a restaurant and you take a bite of the most delicious burger you've ever tasted.
I can almost taste it. Or how about this? My grandma makes the most delicious cookies. I could eat them all day.
Hey, sounds like a plan. Here's another one. After a long hike, that cold, refreshing water was absolutely delicious.
Oh, so refreshing. Okay, now let's dig into a dialogue where the word delicious is served up.
Wow, Will. This cake is delicious. I can't get enough of it.
I know, right? And the coffee is just as delicious. It's the perfect combo.
Absolutely. I'm in dessert heaven right now.
Well, wasn't that a mouth-watering conversation?
Absolutely. Now, let's move on to our next delectable word, important.
Right on. When something is important, it means it's really significant or has a lot of value.
Exactly. Like your education, your health, or spending time with loved ones. Those things are all very important.
Absolutely, and some other words you can use instead of important are crucial, vital, or even essential.
Spot on, Sophie. Now, let's serve up some simple examples for our listeners. Imagine you have an important test coming up. You need to study hard to do well.
That's right. Or how about this? It's important to brush your teeth every day to keep them healthy.
Good example. Here's another one. Listening to others is an important skill for building strong relationships.
Absolutely. Now let's see important in action in a conversation.
Evelyn, can I talk to you for a moment? I have something important to discuss.
Of course, William. What's on your mind?
Well, I've been thinking about our upcoming project, and I think we need to make some changes.
Oh, really? I thought everything was going smoothly.
It was, but I think there are some areas that need improvement. Can we meet later to discuss it?
Absolutely, William. Your input is important to me. Let's talk about it over lunch.
Well, wasn't that an important conversation?
Absolutely, Alan. It's crucial to communicate effectively, especially when working on projects together.
Couldn't agree more, Sophie. Now, let's move on to our next word, gorgeous.
Gorgeous. It's a word that paints a picture of beauty in your mind. When something is gorgeous, it means it's really, really beautiful or stunning.
Absolutely. Just think about a breathtaking sunset or a stunning mountain view. That's pure gorgeousness right there.
Oh, definitely. And if you're new to this word, some other words you can use instead of gorgeous are beautiful, stunning, or even lovely.
Right on, Sophie. Now let's sprinkle in some simple examples for our listeners. Imagine you're walking through a garden filled with gorgeous flowers.
What a beautiful image. Or how about this? She looked absolutely gorgeous in her wedding dress.
Oh yes, here's another one. The sunset over the ocean was so gorgeous, it took my breath away.
Absolutely stunning. Now, let's dive into a dialogue where the word gorgeous shines bright.
Diana, have you seen the new painting in the art gallery? It's absolutely gorgeous.
No, I haven't. I'll have to check it out. What makes it so special?
It's the colors and the way the artist captured the scenery. It's truly breathtaking.
Wow, I can't wait to see it. Thanks for letting me know.
Well, wasn't that a gorgeous conversation?
Absolutely. It's amazing how art can evoke such beauty and emotion.
Definitely, Sophie. Now, let's move on to our next word. Interesting.
Interesting, a word that sparks curiosity and keeps you engaged. When something is interesting, it means it's captivating or engaging in some way.
Absolutely. Just think about a fascinating book or a thought-provoking movie. Those are the kinds of things that make life interesting.
Oh, definitely. And if you're new to this word, some other words you can use instead of interesting are captivating, intriguing, or even stimulating.
Spot on, Sophie. Now, let's serve up some simple examples for our listeners. Imagine you're reading an interesting article about space exploration.
That sounds fascinating. Or how about this? I met some really interesting people at the conference yesterday.
Oh yes, here's another one. The history of ancient civilizations is so interesting to learn about.
Absolutely. Now, let's dive into a dialogue where the word interesting takes center stage.
Did you watch the documentary about marine life last night?
Yes, I did. It was so interesting. I learned a lot about different species of fish.
I know, right? I found the part about coral reefs particularly fascinating.
Me too. It's amazing how much life thrives in those underwater ecosystems.
Well, wasn't that an interesting conversation?
Absolutely. It's incredible how much we can learn about the world around us through documentaries.
Definitely, Alan. Now let's move on to our next word, gleeful.
Gleeful, a word that brings joy and happiness to mind. When someone is gleeful, it means they're full of joy and excitement.
Absolutely. Just imagine a child opening presents on their birthday or a puppy playing in the park. That's the kind of gleefulness we're talking about.
Oh, definitely. And if you're new to this word, some other words you can use instead of gleeful are joyful, delighted, or even ecstatic.
Right on, Alan. Now, let's sprinkle in some simple examples for our listeners. Imagine a child's face lighting up with glee when they see their favorite toy.
What a heartwarming image. Or how about this? She had a gleeful expression on her face when she saw the surprise party.
Oh, yes, here's another one. The puppies were gleeful as they played in the sunshine.
Absolutely joyful. Now, let's dive into a dialogue where the word gleeful shines bright.
Did you see Sarah's reaction when she won the game?
Yes, she was so gleeful. She jumped up and down with excitement.
I know, her face lit up with joy. It was a priceless moment.
Definitely. It's moments like these that make life so special.
Well, wasn't that a gleeful conversation?
Absolutely. It's wonderful to see people expressing their happiness and joy.
Couldn't agree more, Sophie. Now let's move on to our next word, shocked.
Shocked, a word that describes a sudden feeling of surprise or disbelief. When someone is shocked, it means they're caught off guard or astonished by something unexpected.
Absolutely. Just imagine hearing some unexpected news or witnessing a surprising event. That's the kind of shock we're talking about.
Oh, definitely. And if you're new to this word, some other words you can use instead of shocked are surprised, startled, or even amazed.
Right on, Sophie. Now let's serve up some simple examples for our listeners. Imagine you're watching a magic show and the magician pulls off an incredible trick that leaves you shocked.
What a jaw-dropping moment. Or how about this? I was shocked to find out that I had won the lottery.
Oh yes, here's another one. She was shocked when she saw her exam results. She had scored much higher than expected.
Absolutely surprising. Now, let's dive into a dialogue where the word shocked takes center stage.
Jane, did you hear about what happened at the concert last night?
No, what happened?
Well, there was a sudden power outage right in the middle of the performance. Everyone was shocked.
Oh, wow, that must have been quite a surprise for the audience.
It definitely was. But luckily, they managed to get the power back on and the show continued.
Well, wasn't that a shocking conversation?
Absolutely. It just goes to show that unexpected things can happen at any moment.
Definitely, Alan. Now, let's move on to our final word. Stunning.
Stunning, a word that describes something incredibly beautiful or impressive. When something is stunning, it means it's absolutely breathtaking or awe-inspiring.
Absolutely. Just imagine seeing a magnificent sunset or a stunning piece of artwork. That's the kind of beauty we're talking about.
Oh, definitely. And if you're new to this word, some other words you can use instead of stunning are gorgeous, striking, or even breathtaking.
Right on, Alan. Now let's sprinkle in some simple examples for our listeners. Imagine you're hiking and you reach the top of the mountain, greeted by a stunning view.
Ah, what a breathtaking sight. Or how about this? She looked stunning in her wedding gown.
Oh yes, here's another one. The fireworks display was absolutely stunning. It lit up the night sky with bursts of color.
Absolutely breathtaking. Now let's dive into a dialogue where the word stunning shines bright.
John, have you seen the new skyscraper they built downtown?
Yes, I have. It's stunning, isn't it? The architecture is so modern and impressive.
I know. And the view from the top is absolutely breathtaking. You can see the whole city from up there.
It's amazing how much beauty and innovation can come together in one building.
Well, wasn't that a stunning conversation?
Absolutely. It's incredible to see how human creativity can create such awe-inspiring structures.
Couldn't agree more, Sophie. And with that, we've covered all 7 words for today.
That's right. We hope you found this episode helpful in expanding your English vocabulary.
And remember, practice makes perfect, so keep using these words in your daily conversations.
That's all for today, folks. Thanks for tuning in to Fluent English with Podcast. Until next time, happy learning.